Hey guys, I wasn't going to make a video on this, but something's really kind of just, it's funny how God works, isn't it? Just bringing things together. But anyway, what I wanted to show you, this is my Facebook page, and I'm sharing this article on this kid. He's a 13-year-old kid, smartest kid in the world. The article, as you can read, thinks CERN has destroyed our universe. And you click on the link, and it takes you to this article and a video of him. And his name is Max Logan. And as you can see, I kind of threw some Mandela effect stuff up here to kind of, I guess, throw out my fishing line, people to watch this. Now, there's a lot of, okay, first off, this kid, explains God as he is nothing, he's everything, and but pray for this kid. Help him figure this out because he is on to something, okay? Um, don't, a lot of people are rebuking him. He's of the fallen angels and this and that. We're not to judge, okay? But this kid is on the verge of something big. And I think with prayer, we can help him, okay? What he is saying is this Mandela effect was caused by CERN because CERN jolted our universe, essentially through either, I think he says, a proton or electron out of alignment. And I'll turn my others off. And through a proton or an electron out of alignment. And we're now in a different universe, very, very similar to the one we were in when it was mirror, mirror on the wall. But now it's magic mirror on the wall. Or from like Little Orphan Annie, tomorrow, tomorrow, you're only a day away. Or tomorrow, tomorrow, you're always a day away. Luke, I am your father. You can see those up there. But we're now in a very slightly different parallel universe. Now, Chuck Missler, okay, has a couple videos out on, he was a physicist turned Christian about our reality. And there's this desk here that I'm sitting at. He explains I can actually argue that this desk doesn't exist more than I can say it exists because of the space of the molecular space between particles. If you were to take it and put it and put it to scale, you'd need a football field. I'm gonna just pull something up real quick. You would need a football field to actually to space this out correctly because the space between these are so big. And he said, and this goes back to people that experience heaven. Okay, they say that everything's much more clear with your vision, much more beautiful, bright, vibrant colors, the smells of heaven, the sounds of heaven. Everything is at a heightened state. Here, everything is at a slower state or a much more diluted state, and that goes along with. I'm throwing some things out here. So that goes along with a lot of, well, the Lord told me a long time ago that, I'm going to pull something up here. So the Lord told me a long time ago when I first started studying the 3 days of darkness. And a lot of you have heard this, Isaiah 26:20, come enter into thy chamber, shut the doors about thee, until indignation be overpast. Enter into the cave. It goes, I think, back to Isaiah 2 or 3. There's another similar verse. It's the covering, okay? It's the mantling, it's the protection. Go inside your home, seal everything up, lock the doors, shut the windows, close the windows with blinds, etc. I think most of you guys have heard this. Or if you haven't, do your own research. I've done some videos on it. Here's a few others. But what I remember looking at this, and I was like, and then I was as reading about the sixth seal, I was like, well, the heavens are going to roll up like a scroll. That's going to change time. And then I heard the Lord specifically tell me 3 days for some, 3 years for others. And I was taken back, and I was like, wow, 3 days for some, 3 years for others. And then what does God say? God says, I will choose their delusions in Isaiah 66. So God will choose what they are going to see. He will choose their time. He's going to choose exactly what they are going to experience. When heaven rolls up like a scroll, 3 days for some, 3 years for others. That's why it's imperative to go inside. And then I asked the Lord if there was a Bible verse that supports this. And he gave me this. It's 2 Samuel 24. Okay, so David has sinned against the Lord. He has numbered the people. I had numbered the people. And David said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly that I have done. Now I beg you, Lord, take away thine iniquity of thy servant, for I have done foolishly. And then David was up in the morning, and the word came to the Lord, to the prophet Gad, David's seer, and said, Go unto David and tell him, I offer 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it. And so Gad came to David and told him and said, Shall 7 years of famine, how long is the tribulation? 7 years, right? Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee, or to thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies? All right, while they pursue you. What does this sound like? The beast and his armies coming against you. Or that there be 3 days of pestilence. And I think pestilence, you can do the word search on that. I'm not going to get into that right now, different things on that. But anyway, or 3 days of pestilence into thy land. Now advise and see what I answer, and I shall return to him that sent me. And David ends up picking the 3 days of pestilence. Let's see here. I'm not sure where he chooses, but he does. So the Lord sent pestilence, okay, upon Israel from the morning until the time appointed. And there died the people from Dan even to Beersheba, 70,000. So this is what he gave me, this passage. And what it shows to me is God is going to control time and what we see. And I often wondered, I think this kid is onto something, because I often wondered, you have people that are going to give up their lives willingly at guillotines, and how are they going to, how is God going to make himself so known that they will have that faith to just walk up to a guillotine and put their head on it? It's because something like what this kid is talking about is gonna come out. Okay, so anyway, this is the link. It goes to this page right here, and you can listen to his video. It's kind of hard to follow. Okay, I listened to it a little bit. I'm still listening to it, and then also you can go. Let's see here. I did just a quick search on Facebook or on YouTube, CERN and the Mandela Effect, a 13-year-old boy, and he's got other ones. He talks about explaining God, and he's caught. He hasn't quite figured this out, but he's seeing things in the Bible that show God's fingerprint, and that's the Fibonacci sequence. So this is the video that I was just talking about. This is the guy who posted it up here, and his theory on God, which also goes back to who are we in real life? Who are we essentially? What's in this shell of flesh? So anyway, something I just wanted to. This is his page. He doesn't have a whole lot on his page, but this is his page here. I'm trying to figure out what I should send him, if anything. But anyway, guys, just wanted to throw this out there. We're seeing evidence of this Mandela effect and this change, and it's just showing us how just unreal this world really is, and how eternity is where it's at. And but anyway, God bless you guys. Check this guy out. Say a prayer for him, and amen. Have a good day.